Hey everyone, welcome to Metal Nights with the Metal Coach. We are talking all things hard rock and heavy metal. Tonight we are going to be starting the process of counting down the top 7 hard rock and heavy metal albums of 2022. Today we're going to start with number 7 and go through to number 4. And these are albums that were all released in 22. This was so difficult because there was so much awesome music that came out in 2022 after our pandemic. People just, everybody released a bunch of stuff, and this is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do is pick 7. Of course, 7 is my favorite number. That's why I picked 7 instead of 10. 10 was going to be impossible, so I picked the best 7. So here we go. Number 7 is Black Swan's Generation Mind. This band is comprised of some of my favorite entertainers. You could really call it a supergroup. This band is comprised of vocalist Robin McAuley, former Macaulay Schenker group lead singer. You also had the great guitarist Reb Beach from Winger and now Whitesnake. You have bassist Jeff Pilson, of course, from Dokken fame. And then you have drummer Matt Starr. Just a tremendous lineup. Great group. Generation Mind is a great collection of Rob Beach's brisk and powerful riffs mixed with a thumping groove of the bass and drums that drive this album all the way through. I'm telling you, this is a great album. This is, of course, their second album. The songs are all very classic rock groove with a mix of hair metal vibes thrown in for good measure. Reb Beach on this amazes with some incredible solos as always. And Macaulay's vocals are both melodic and gritty at the same time, which harken back to his days with Macaulay Schenker Group. I think this album is a bit heavier than their first album, but incredible overall. You need this album, trust me. Songs that stand out to me are Long Way Down, She Hides Behind, you have Crown, Generation Mind, and Eagles Fly. So let's take a listen to this absolute brilliant gem.
It's a long way down. You will crash into the ground. Once she's got the load, she hits the road. Said someday she'll settle down. A false communicator with an open carburetor. You only see the eyes she hides behind. Where is the crowd? The lies that you tell. Down in the shadows, where it's all gone to hell. Losing town, isn't it a pity? This generation mind don't know why. Blame it on the city. Go on, living a lie. Just eat a fly where the angels cry. Moving fast like a rolling thunder. Fire and steel spread across the fields. Breathing in the poison air. Eagles fly where the angels cry. One step forward and the burning thunder. Strike to kill like the poison will. Angels cry where the eagles fly.
Okay, guys, number 6 on the top hard rock and heavy metal albums of 2022. This one is kind of a comeback album. These guys haven't really done anything since early 2000s. And this band is Giant. Yes, the band Giant had released 2 back-to-back tremendous albums in the late 80s, early 90s. This album is called Giant Shifting Time. This band consists of original members Dan Huff and Mike Brindarlelio. It also has Kent Hill coming in as the new vocalist, and then you have John Roth on guitars. Shifting Time is a great melodic hard rock album. This album is a little heavier than you might expect from Giant, but that is well worth a listen. This album has great vocals, but one of my favorite newcomers in the industry and its vocalist Kent Hilly, who seems like he can just sing anything and everything. The guitar playing is incredible. It has infectious riffs and solos by John Roth, The rhythm section on this album adds a bit of heavy edge to it, and makes it has that heavy bottom end feel in all the right places. I mean, I'm telling you, this is a great album. Go right now and buy it if you can. You'll thank me later. It is Giant Shifting Time. Songs that really stand out to me are the hard rockers like Never Die Young, Let Our Love Win, Standing Tall, and the bluesy Highway of Love, and the amazing ballad, It's Not Over. Let's take a listen to some of these absolute brilliant songs.
Someone like you can change it all. The truth ain't always there when you go. It's up to you to live or die, but we can never, we will never die young. Through the fire and rain, for the storm I'm to blame. Gotta let our love win. Sense of broken desire, walking on a high wire. Gotta let our love win. Standing tall, we must go on, reaching our hearts to the sky, waiting for someone to shelter our lives before a brand new dawn. Come on, come with me on the road this time. Oh, tonight, come with me and we'll make things right on the highway of love. It was love at first sight. You're my dream every night, and I promise we still got some time. Don't tell me it's over. I know it's not over. Whoa.
Okay, guys, here is number 5 on the best hard rock and heavy metal albums of 2022. This album is a new band, almost a supergroup as well, Clean Break, with the album Coming Home. This band is made up of vocalist James Durbin, guitarist Mike Flintz, bass player Perry Richardson of Stryper, and then you have drummer Robert Sweet of Stryper. I'll tell you what, Coming Home is a classic 80s sounding melodic heavy metal album. Wow. And it is so good. Coming Home comes on strong with heavy guitar riffs that drive the entire album. This album is full of infectious soloing by Flintz and a pounding rhythm section of Sweet and Richardson. Then you have Durbin's awesome soaring vocals. This album is the album that heavy metalers from the 80s and early 90s want to have in their collection. This album will hit you in the mouth from start to finish. Excellent album. Go ahead and make yourself happy and pick up a copy today. It's on Frontiers Records. Albums that just blew my mind and stand out to me are the song Coming Home, which is the title track, We Are Warriors, The Pain of Goodbye, and Find a Way. Let's check out some of these songs from this amazing album.
I'm coming home to the place where I belong. No need to hide, I can't stand tall. I can lay my head to rest. Oh, I'm coming home. Is this a dream or
Okay, guys, here we are. We've made it to number 4. This is the number 4 top hard rock and heavy metal album of 2022. This band is awesome. It is the band The Dead Daisies with the album Radiance. This is I would say, the second version of this band. And this lineup is the amazing vocalist Glenn Hughes. You have guitarist Doug Aldrich. Of course, he's been in so many fabulous bands over the years. And then you have David Lowery on guitars also, and then you have the amazing Brian Tishy on drums. This album is a blues-inspired riff gone wild. I'm telling you, the solos from Aldrich are amazing. You have a plethora of hooks and melodies that keep you singing. It is full of wonderful, bluesy, gritty vocals by one of the best in the business, Mr. Glenn Hughes. The rhythm section of Tishy and Hughes also give music an edge to it, and it is in-your-face hard rock, and it is something you've got to go get. Go get it, and I'm telling you, you will love this album. I was blown away when the first time I heard it. I love it. Songs that I love on this album that are my go-to songs is the opening track, Face Your Fears, Hypnotize Yourself, Shine On, Radiance, Courageous, and Not Human. Let's go take a listen to some of these brilliant songs on this album.
The sorrow for people all alone by the street. Hypnotize yourself. You're living in a daydream. Hypnotize yourself. No shadow of a movie. Hypnotize yourself. You're stepping on a highway. Hypnotize yourself. You're walking in the street.
Okay, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to get future content. Don't forget to check back later to find out who had the number 1 album of 2022. Also, remember, guys, keep it fun, keep it metal, and crank up something really loud. I will see you again real soon.